Alright, skipping straight to turn 6 here because it's going to be quite a long game, and maybe you can guess that from the title. But we've already got the level 2 flying fish here, and what I was trying to do was use whale plus chicken to immediately get a level 2 or higher chicken on turn 7. Now, a lot of the time I didn't find the chicken on turn 7, so sometimes I was quite far behind the curve. But here we've got a second flying fish. So that means that even if I only have level 1 whale and level 1 chicken, we'll get a level 3 chicken. So you can actually get level 3 chicken on turn 7, which is kind of crazy really. However, whale plus chicken just isn't all that good, and flying fish also kind of suffers at the moment because so many opponents have jellyfish, and if you're leveling stuff up, you're just giving extra stats to the opposing jellyfish for free. So I take a can here. I was doing quite a few different variations of this. I was trying to do it with no Pteranodon, and there was a game where I got right to the end without using Pteranodon at all, and then it fell apart. I've got some extra clips at the end here. I can't remember exactly which one is which, but we'll find out. So there is the chicken. We don't have the whale yet though. However, the stats that the flying fish are giving to the summoned units can be good enough to actually win some mid-game battles, or in this case we're going to eke out the draw. Nice to see emu in customs for a change. So we'll bring in the chicken. There is another flying fish, although I don't really need it. To be honest, I probably shouldn't have been trying to get separate flying fish going here at all. I should have just been focusing on getting the whale as soon as possible. And here I just greed and take the can instead of bringing another unit in, since they're also poor. There were definitely some odd choices in this pack. Actually, here you can see the change for Hawk. So Hawk used to miss if there was a blank spot, but there it was in 3rd position, which was empty, and it killed the flying fish in 4th position. So I'm just going to roll for whale, I think, or we're going to take pie to try and protect the second flying fish. We get the whale. So turn 9, we're going to be getting level 1 chicken followed by immediate level 3 chicken. And our team is so weak that we do expect both chickens to faint in battle, which they do. Here's another chicken person. They're going for Egyptian vulture, maybe slightly better. I don't know. And we end up losing. But we are going to get the level 2 whale. Now, this was something else that I had thought about. Probably I should have just gone without bothering with a level 2 whale, but the thing is it doubles the stats of the unit that it swallowed. And because this setup is so poor, having the level 2 can make a difference in some situations. It also depends, what the whale is swallowing, and clearly chicken is not a good pet for it to be eating. But it does mean we do get the double base stats, which is something at least. However, again here, the flying fish level ups are going to do good work when we get the double melon from the turtle. So as you're progressing with these types of chicken games, you really have no choice but to bring in units that have been scaled from the shop very, very quickly. Your team is just not going to be strong enough. Now here I get the mushroom, which means that the flying fish can also instant level 2 the chicken at the front. And I also find Pteranodon here. I think I take it for just 1 turn or 2 turns. I think I was getting quite desperate at this point because there were so many things like this happening. Whale gets instant killed by swordfish, but at least we do get the double level 3 chicken there as a result of the 1-up. It's still very close, yeah, I wasn't very happy about that. But look at the difference in 1 turn there, because we had a level 1 and 2 level 3 chickens. So I think that I actually give up on the Pteranodon and immediately bring in Warthog. I mean, the Pteranodon accelerating the chicken scaling is fine, but we're only on 3 trophies. So there's plenty time to actually scale the shop. It's more important about staying alive on 1 heart. So a draw team, as you would expect when you don't have very many wins. But thankfully, I think we're just going to have enough health to survive here, and then the Warthog's going to top them back up. And even better, the chicken actually gets to faint as well. So at the moment, we're getting plus, what would it be? 7 a turn to the shop, is it? I was about to put the mushroom on the warthog there because we have the German Shepherd. However, doing that does mean that the flying fish trigger would be wasted, and I really want it to work on the whale, on the chicken that comes out of the whale, rather than the warthog, although that would be better for survivability. Thankfully, we are facing some quite poor teams that have just been hanging on like we have. And as long as we can get a couple more turns of shop scaling in, we should be able to buy units that are going to essentially guarantee that we're going to survive. And again, the level 3 chicken gets the faint. There were a few games where I scaled some units too quickly. Like here's the whale, instant upgrade to 3641. I scaled them too quickly, and sometimes the chicken that comes out of the whale would not faint. And then you're losing a huge chunk of buffs, and the flying fish ability does nothing really. I also kind of make a little bit of a mistake in this run where the flying fish is already level 3. And really I should be keeping it below level 3 to try and to make it so that I can buy another flying fish and stack it so that its stats aren't so poor. But thankfully we're speeding towards a 50-50 shop, and I was just working out there if I needed to buy the can, which I don't think I do. Although maybe later on I'm going to realize that I should have done that. Now you can take the chicken here, although the stats would go to waste because of the whale. It does mean that it avoids it getting sniped, which is often a problem. You know, it can completely break the setup. So I'm gonna, I left it there, but that was maybe a little bit risky. Sometimes you just have to play very risky to actually, get these types of 50-50 shop wins over the line. Again, we get lucky with the second level 3 chicken fainting at the very end. So I'm now, I think, 1 turn away or 2 turns away. I guess it depends if all the chickens faint in battle. Now, I think I maybe could have frozen anglerfish there, but I passed it up. I'm also not leveling up the whale because otherwise the flying fish ability doesn't do anything. And you could argue that that would be better, but I really wanted to use the flying fish for as long as possible. So yeah, we're going to be fine here. This was definitely a big issue. I was constantly getting, the lineup was constantly getting interfered with by the sniping teams. So there you can see that the second chicken didn't even spawn, and the flying fish got sniped anyway. And we are, I think, 2 cans away from the 50-50 shop here. So I think at this point, the flying fish doesn't really do anything anymore, because the chicken with a 1-up is going to get the shop to 50-50. And so the flying fish has to go. Well, it would have been nice if it could have hung around right till the end, but realistically, turn 17, I can't be messing around with a 16-13 unit. So I'm just trying to decide here what's going to come in. Is it possible maybe to get a full team of dart frogs? I didn't check the website to see which ones haven't been done, but it's always something that's on my mind when I'm getting to this position with the 50-50 shop. And I'm just browsing. We do find 2 betta fish, but I'm not sure if the betta fish ability is going to be good enough to win the next 2 games. And I'm taking a long time over it because I'd had a very frustrating couple of days trying to get to this position. And there's not really anything taking my fancy, but here Cobra is an obvious take, just to try and guarantee that we get to the 9 wins and can potentially pick something else in the final turn. I'm still obsessed with this dart frog, but I think I'm just going to end up passing it up. There's another Cobra, but I really want to sell the Cobra next turn. So I get the angler, and wouldn't it be spectacular if the opposing team had a sloth or a bus or something? But it's another snipe team, and they're actually going to kill the whale. And thankfully, though, the chicken respawns. It's not a level 3 anymore because of the flying fish is gone, but it actually doesn't matter, and we're gonna win. I was so panicked when I saw that opposing team. But we actually get 2 anglerfish, and at this point, it did occur to me, what are the chances I could get a 5 of a kind angling from the opposing team. Now, if I'd kept angler all the way, I think that would be quite straightforward. But unfortunately, that's not how it worked out, and I just had to gamble here, and I think I'd take the mantis shrimp. And then the second angler offers me another woodpecker. So the woodpecker 5 of a kind from an anglerfish would have been pretty funny, but not going to happen this time. I actually also did not have waffle in the pack. That was something I'd forgotten about. I wasn't really thinking about the angler, to be honest. And again, we get the double betta fish, so maybe I could have had 5 betta fish here. And I think at this point I just give up, take the sea urchin, and then I roll another angler. So we can combine and level, and then we'll get 2 for free, and it's woodpecker. So we could have had 4 50-50 woodpeckers there from the anglerfish if I'd made the different 50-50 decision on the first one. But I think it wouldn't have mattered anyway, because we're not going to find another one. And the double Wolverine just increases our chances of winning. And you can see, yeah, the options are very poor for the final roll to choose between sea urchin. So I'm just going to leave sea urchin at the back, even though it makes no sense. We'll just let the woodpecker, mantis shrimp do the things they normally do to the unit at the front of the opposing team. And we'll see what happens now. No equipment, but we're also going to remove a lot of equipment from the opposing team. And it's also woodpecker mantis shrimp. It would have been so funny if this was a draw and then I'd managed to get another anglerfish. But it wasn't to be. Still, we got the 50-50 shop using the flying fish. And I think there was only 1 turn of Pteranodon in there. So here are some of the other clips. This is the... I get to 9 wins here. I don't have the 50-50 shop. And I just decide to try and go for 5 cockroaches. This has been done. I'll link that in the description because I think it took an awful lot of effort. And I think here, because I rolled a double pillbug, I thought, you know what, I'll just go for a full team of tier 1s because the chances of finding 3 cockroaches in the next roll are virtually 0. So we'll take the pig, I think, and then we'll just do a nice symmetrical arrangement and then buy the tomato at the end. And once upon a time, I feel like the almost 50-50 shop with no equipment would have had a pretty good chance of winning on turn 16. But here, all it takes is a single melon, and we end up losing. But that was as close as I'd come at that point. So then we've got some other bonus clips from the middle of a game. And there were some where I tried setting up Parrot to copy Flying Fish so I could have 2 Flying Fish very quickly, and then we would be instant level 3ing the chicken. And here, I'm not sure what I was doing here, but I rearranged the team and accidentally put the parrot directly behind the whale. So now the parrot is going to swallow the whale after the whale has swallowed the blobfish. And this team, I kept getting matched with them. But funnily enough, the parrot has just enough attack to kill the jellyfish. And we end up winning despite the parrot whale misplay there. Here's another later game one. Again, I'm on 1 heart. That was very common. Again, I've made the mistake with the flying fish going to level 3. So I can't combine this one on top of it. And I actually get matched with almost the identical team that I uploaded last night. The only difference being that they also have links, which is a massive power upgrade for the Iguana Shuffle team. But I thought that was so funny to see. It would be really nice to know if that person had actually watched the video and was trying to replicate it.